Well, hello there. Oh, I dropped something. Welcome to another episode of Lash Therapy Video Vlog. So, today we are going to talk about glues, okay? So, everybody uses a different glue. There's probably 10 really big glues on the market, and then from that there's probably 50 glues you can choose from. Every glue is different. They rate glues based on how many weeks it lasts when you use it, how long the bond lasts, the viscosity, which is like how thick or thin it is, and so much more. Oh, the fumes is a really big one. Some clients are like, oh, the fumes are too much, and it'll make their water start to tear up or run. And so they have different fume levels, but just do your research on glues. And they're not really called glues, it's adhesive. The bond is different from a glue, a real glue. It's a certain type of adhesive. And I want to talk about some of the glues that I've used and experienced and how they were, and also the difference in some of the glues. So if you haven't done your research, some of the glues have formaldehyde in the glue. If you do any research on formaldehyde, so here in California, I'm in California, Los Angeles, and here in California, in order to be a lash technician, you have to be an esthetician as well. So I know some states are moving towards that. They really want to make lash artists licensed through the state, through the cosmetology and barbering board. And so you really get to know your chemicals. You have to study and different things that you use for the skin and hair. And one of them is formaldehyde. Formaldehyde is not the greatest for our skin. It can lead to all kind of problems. And if you can leave formaldehyde out of your products, you might want to look and investigate and make sure that there's no formaldehyde in your adhesive. The other thing too is that I look for, that I find very important, is that I don't like any latex in my adhesive. They can make the adhesive latex free, and you'll find that a lot of people have a latex allergy. Actually, my gloves, I'm wearing one glove like Michael Jackson right now. Like the other hand doesn't have any glove, and then the one glove. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So they have found that, I have found that, and also just studies, latex, for whatever reason, is a common allergy that you'll find. So my gloves don't have any latex, my products don't have any latex, and for sure, my adhesives don't have any latex. So let me get to it so you can see what the difference is. Sorry, I thought I heard something. So you can see some of the adhesives that I've used. One adhesive, and I learned how to lash because I had been getting lashes before I started lashing for 3 years, and I swore by my lashes. I had one really lash artist for a really long time, and then I had another lash artist for a really long time. And she really encouraged me and pushed me. They both did, but the second lash artist became my coach, and she would coach me through getting to the next stage of lashing. And so one of the glues that I noticed that was really popular at lash places and amongst lash artists is a product that comes from Asia. This is Sky Glue. Sky Glue is formaldehyde free, and it's also latex free. Now, what I found out about this is that it actually, I like Sky Glue, and I would still use Sky Glue. I find it to be a safe, reputable product. And on their website, they have all the information that you would want to look up to find out, what the chemicals in the product are. One of the things I found is that the viscosity was a little bit thicker than I like. For the adhesive, it would kind of dry before, like I don't use a stone. Like a lot of people use a stone to put their adhesive on. I don't use a stone. I usually use I think it's like transfer paper, because I find that it stays wet a really long time. And one of my stickers that I use to place the adhesive on, comes with transfer paper anyway. So I just use that. I got comfortable with that. But I noticed it would, no matter what I put it on, if I put it on a stone or if I put it on the transfer paper, it would dry before I could use it up, and it'd be like, you know, like a thick bubble, and you can't use it once it gets like that. You also have to control the temperature and humidity where you work. And if you can't control it because you don't have control over it, then you have to make another dot of glue if the glue dot that you're using gets, you know, too thick. And so I find with Sky Glue, it would get a little bit thick before I I was just starting on the client and like, okay, this is a little bit thick already. So, but other than that, Sky Glue, I would go back to Sky Glue. I find it to be a really good product. Here on the back, I'm looking on the back, it says the drying time is 1 to 2 seconds. And that's the other thing too. I found that the drying time on average was about 5 seconds. 4 to 5, and so that's not the quickest drying time. And so when you're trying to move on and you know, struggling to get through the lashes and isolate, you know, the dry time, I'd have to go back and forth in the lash. Like I couldn't go straight across and lash straight across. I'd have to go back and forth to let areas dry with the Sky Glue. So not the worst, not the best, but definitely a reliable product that is, you know, relatively safe for our eyes. Then I moved on after I stopped using Sky Glue. I actually used, Sky Glue has a few glues. The red cap is the glue that I started lashing on, and I didn't do volume sets then. So I wasn't looking for like you know, usually we associate more expensive with better glue, better adhesive, but this was really reliable. I used this probably the first year I lashed. And then I moved on to the black cap Sky Glue, and that's just the regular Sky Glue. The red cap one is the sensitive glue. The black cap is the regular glue. So then I moved on to the next glue, which I really like. It's called Stacy Lash. Now again, Stacy Lash is a glue that this is their regular glue. I don't know if they have this is the extra strong. And all of these glues are for professional use only. This is not to be done at home. It is so crazy when people say that they do their lashes at home. I think they do their lashes at home, because you can get all type of glues at like the beauty supply store that are not like these kind of glues. They're strong, like lash tabbing, when you tab lashes, for those technicians out there, lash tabbing and doing individual lashes are two very different things. And so I think they use like a lash tab glue that you can find in your regular beauty supply, and this isn't at your regular beauty supply. You have to order this. So this says this lasts up to 7 weeks, and it says the drying time is 1 to 2 seconds. Now, I do think that this has a fast drying time. It was definitely faster than the Sky Glue. And the viscosity was much thinner. It didn't dry on me and bubble up as fast. And I work in a place where I can't control the, you know, humidity and temperature. I could, but then I'd have to buy a humidifier and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's just crazy. I'm already like, don't have any time. So I'm trying to find like the best glue for the environment that I work in. I'm trying to go that direction instead of controlling my environment. And so maybe one day I'll be able to control my environment. But anyways, so I like this one a lot. This does not have any formaldehyde, and it does not also have any latex. And so I found this great for my clients. It also reduces the instance for your client to have a bad reaction, which you don't want. And so this glue is reliable. keeping this on the option list. But after I moved from Stacy Lash, and I only used Stacy Lash for about maybe like 3 or 4 months straight, and then I'll get like antsy and want to like get a new glue just because I feel like I already know the glue. So now that I've used this glue, I think I want to like, you know, use another glue. The other thing too is I always keep these packs. These packs, you think they're kind of like what do? They really do help the glue last longer. So you don't have to keep the pack, you can just keep the bottle. But I keep my bottle in my pack because I find that it definitely helps your glue last longer. And so if you're trying to get the most out of your glue, and that's the other thing too about Stacy Lash, I definitely like the way Stacy Lash, it lasted a longer time before the glue kind of got like, okay, I need another glue. This isn't working anymore. Like I didn't have to trade it out as fast. And so I could keep the glue, and it was really a good still consistency for a little bit longer than the Sky was actually lasting. So pretty decent. Then, oh, I also like the packaging. I like that this glue is black. The Sky glue, the blue packaging is not my favorite, but that's just if, you know, you're shallow like me and you care about packaging. So this is the new glue I'm using, Infinite. I don't know if you've seen them on Amazon or eBay, you might see them on, but Infinite, I started lashing with some of their lashes when I first started, and I loved their lashes. They were really like soft to me when I started, and I didn't even know they had a glue and back then. And so this one says Premium Eyelash Extension Adhesive, and this is extra hold. This is their yellow pack. I think they have different colors, but this is also for professional use. Does it say any of the specs on the back? So, oh, I like this. Right on the back, it says that it's latex free. Oh, this is infinite volume. So this is okay for volume, and now I do volume extensions. I started doing classic extensions and I didn't need to invest in my glues. I definitely don't think you should pay $80 for a glue, and there's 2 major reasons. Okay, from a marketing and business standpoint, economics, basic economics. Okay, so I know another lash tech who uses a glue that she swears by. She won't tell me the glue, but that's okay because I don't want it. And she said that her clients get 8 weeks retention. 8 weeks retention. Now I wear lashes, okay? So 8 weeks retention is sounding a little suspect to me. But anyways, I think she said like 6 to 8 weeks. But the point is that you don't want your clients gone that long for 6 to 8 weeks before they come back. It's just not smart from a business standpoint. Why would you use a glue, even if it does last 6 to 8 weeks, that lasts 6 to 8 weeks? That's not what you want. You don't want a glue that lasts that long. Also, your lashes cycle, your natural lashes cycle, they cycle out. And so your lashes are gonna grow out. So you don't want like, you know, that's like a weave that's like here. You know what I mean? Like you go back to your hairstylist, like, my weave is here. Can you, you know, fix me? Like you don't, or your color in your hair, your blonde is down here. Like you don't want your lash to be all the way up halfway on your natural lash. So I just don't strive to find a glue that lasts 6 to 8 weeks. Your glues should be lasting on average 3 weeks. Now there are clients with more oily skin, or they may work out more or something like that, and they may only get like 2 weeks, but most clients should get 3 weeks out of their lashes. I have a few clients. I have one in particular. She's very, very insistent on her 4 weeks. So she does a really good job at keeping a decent amount of her lashes, like 60% of her lashes, for the 4 weeks before she comes back. And so, so Infinite Lashes, this is what I'm using now. I like it so far. It's kind of like, it's not black. It doesn't look black to me when I put it on the dot. It's like dark chocolate brown, like a Tootsie Roll brown. It makes me all excited. But nonetheless, you can't see it when you do it on the lashes. And my customers so far, nobody's complained about it. It's been, you know, just like the other ones where they come back on their average on their average appointment. Also, you can use like a, I use like a primer sometimes to extend the bond or make a healthier bond. And if the lashes aren't clean, that also makes a difference. Your clients are gonna like make it seem like, you know, your glue isn't any good or it's not the best on the market. Trust me when I say that clients will come in with dirty lashes and then want to fill, and the like dirt and grease buildup from the oils in their skin and makeup and whatever else is going on when they sweat, makes it so that when you try to bond the extension with the adhesive, it doesn't bond great because it's got all this like old gunk on it, and it's not a clean lash, and it doesn't have anything to do with the glue. So don't get hung up on like, oh, this one says it lasts like 7 to 8 weeks. Like, from a business standpoint, it's not the smartest to buy the glue that lasts 7 to 8 weeks. You do want a glue that holds the normal lash time, like every 3 weeks, I say, is my go-to. 2 weeks for those clients who either have oily skin or they wear a lot of makeup or they work out every single day and they sweat. Dry time is a big deal for me because I want to get through the lash set. So if we're talking about from an economic standpoint, I want to get you in and I want to get you out. So drying time is a big deal, and I find that this has a big drying time. Some people, it's the viscosity that is the biggest thing. Long as I don't have to wait too long before I can what I call close that lash I've isolated and kind of push it to the side and move on, or have to go back and forth or strategically figure out how I'm gonna get through the lash set fast so I can get my next client in that's waiting on me. So far, so good with Infinite Lashes. Like I said, drying time is big for me, but the biggest thing is that this also is formaldehyde and latex free. So that's it for today. I'm happy you joined us here at Lash Therapy. I hope you learned a lot in picking glues, and ask if you're not a lash tech and you're a customer, ask your lash tech what glue they use and Google it, and don't be afraid to ask your lash artist would they be willing to consider using an alternate glue for those clients that maybe don't want formaldehyde in their products if you find formaldehyde in the product. And if they aren't, then you just politely gift them with the glue. You know, you can gift them, that's okay. Say thank you and buy them a new one that you want them to try. So that's it for today. Leave the comments below, and I will see you next time. Thank you for joining us at Lash Therapy. I'm out.